Hello everybody, here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, and today we are back to do a bit more work on our upcoming Platybelodon exhibit. So, between episodes I did a bit more work because it's me. When don't I do more work between episodes? Yeah, you can kind of see it there, and here even. I kind of got carried away yesterday because what was I doing? I had like 3 hours or something. I don't think I spent all 3 hours. I think I spent about 2 hours building this, which is actually a really long time to build the few things I did, but I was working slowly, talking to people and watching YouTube videos while I was doing it, so it took a bit longer than it should have. Anyway, as you can see here, I've kind of set up what will be the exhibit. We've got the basics of a fence down, we've got some of the terrain filled in more. Most of it's more of an outline than like actually filled in. But you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not too bad though. I mean, what I don't actually know. I don't know. It's this exhibit's interesting to me for one main reason. I'm building it as if I was building an exhibit for something like mammoths, as in like, oh yeah, it's gonna be huge, or like an exhibit for my trikes or something. But I keep forgetting quite often, the Platybelodon is very small. They are not very big animals. They're actually, I think, quite tiny animals. So I'm building a fairly massive exhibit. Actually, if we can, zoom out a bit, it's bigger than the Dilo exhibit, it's bigger than the Ceratosaurus exhibit, and right now it's probably even on par with the Triceratops in terms of size. Let me just run over this way a bit so I can get that in frame. In fact, I might be as bold to say it's slightly larger than the Triceratops exhibit is right now. Which to me means one of two things. Either A, we should, well, whoa, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting there to be that much lag. Which to me gives two solutions. Either A, we just increase the size of other exhibits, which sounds difficult, but I think is actually quite doable for several of them. Or two, I make this the first exhibit, and for those of you who know me, you know I don't really like doing this, but I make this the first exhibit that has multiple creatures in it. In which case, I'm not actually sure what we put in the Platybelodon with the Platybelodons, because thinking about it now, the exhibit I want to make is not an exhibit that really goes with any other animal in the mod currently. Because, oh, why do I have coarse dirt with me? I don't need coarse dirt. Because I know this isn't the most scientifically accurate nowadays, because you know, they're like, oh, Platybelodon probably didn't live in a swamp in all honesty and all that. I still want to do a somewhat swampy exhibit. That's been the plan since I started laying this exhibit out. So I kind of still want to do that. And I was like, which meant I was like trying to think suddenly like, oh, what animals could go well with that? And I was like, oh, Elasmotherium could go here. Except an Elasmotherium definitely would not be living here. So I don't really know what we could put. So I guess we'll have to figure out what we want to do here. I mean, obviously we have the, I feel like, somewhat obvious solution, and that is just stick a bunch of Platybelodons in here. I mean, they're elephants at the end of the day, and elephants usually live in large numbers because, well, elephants are very social creatures. So it's not entirely unrealistic, I think, to stick a ton of Platybelodons together. Obviously not too many, but yeah. I mean, I guess the other thing we could do is just kind of, whoops, we'll get that when we hop back on top. I think we got a couple solutions for what we can do here. The exhibit definitely is, though, much larger than I really thought it was going to be. Oh, you know what? Okay, well, one thing I'm just going to say now is I have kind of realized, I think what we're doing over here. So this isn't going to be dinosaurs. This is going to be, part of the, and I think I mentioned this even last, is that another Meganeer that's escaped? Yes, it is. That's great. We'll leave it out. But I've kind of realized this whole area here, basically right behind the river on this side, because I mean, what, we've got the river over on that side. And if we quickly hop over that direction, I need to go this way anyway because I need to get more dirt. But we've we've already kind of talked about how this area over here is going to be more dinosaurs. It's going to be things like, I think the raptor house probably. Most of our large carnivores are going to be over here, so like over in this area. So we've got like a lot of creatures going in that direction. And then I think the aquarium is probably going to be over there somewhere, or I guess maybe back here, and aviaries and stuff. But I'm thinking that side of the river by the mountains, that's just going to be our mammals area. Oh wait, no, I think I was thinking the aquarium is actually going to go over here somewhere. I'm not sure where the aviary is going. That's an enigma at this point in time, because to be honest, I kind of want to wait a bit before we start building the aquarium, because oh, and this is going to be an episode now, not an episode of Dinos, but like a video I'm going to put up. People seem to like the idea of me doing a video on all the mobs that are coming in that we know of. Granted, yes, I looked this up and someone left it in the comments. There's a planned total of 125 prehistoric creatures planned for the mod, which is absolutely insane, and it kind of blows my mind that's what they're shooting for, because that is a huge number of animals. I guess, which then makes me feel like part of me at least kind of wants to wait on the aquarium somewhat until I have a better idea of how many aquatic creatures we're getting. For the main reason of, like, my current plans for the aquarium, it's already going to be a massive, massive building. I mean, we've got to build, since we don't have an ocean connection, we can't really do what we usually do, or what I would usually do, which is to just, you know, throw down some, just throw down some aquatic, some walls down in the ocean. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom, you got your exhibit. But like, building an aquarium means I have to build tanks for every single animal. And I mean, obviously with something like the bug house, that wasn't too bad because most of the animals are super small. But with the aquarium, we're going to be dealing with creatures that are like the Megalodon and the Mosasaurus. Absolutely massive underwater animals that are going to be super difficult to, you know, just enclose in anything. So yeah, that's that. I don't know, it definitely makes me want to wait to build the building, just because I feel like I don't really want to start building it without proper ideas of how big each animal is. I mean, granted, I don't need to finish the aquarium, and I won't be starting it anytime soon. I think I've kind of figured to myself the next big building we do is going to be the raptor building, because as far as I know, there's only one more animal being added that fits with it. And it will kind of also lead into what will be the project that's most of the big carnivores anyway. So like, you know, the T-Rex, Allosaurus, stuff like Spinos. Although I guess Spinosaurus isn't going with the rest of the big carnivores, is it? I've kind of planned to have it over here in the river area. Although I'm thinking, actually, speaking of which, you guys will have seen this, I guess, when we walked over here. I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I'm thinking we might just have a diagonal path come all the way down here, because I'm kind of thinking with the river here, and the river line, we're gonna kind of change the way the river flows. And I'm thinking, although this was originally planned to be our Spinosaurus exhibit over here, I might just throw in another fence like here or something, put that as just like a bunch of foliage and stuff, and put the parasaurs over here. Cause I don't know, I kind of feel like if all the big carnivores are going over in that direction, putting Spinosaurus over there might be a good idea. Just because I feel like it will fit slightly better. Or maybe we'll move Ceratosaurus out over this direction. Anyway, that wasn't at all what I was meaning to talk about over in this area. Anyway, yeah, the raptor house will probably be the next big project we do, just because I feel like that's a good one to kind of start with. I think after episode 50, we might take another small break from adding new animals in, and we will instead kind of focus on putting some buildings into the park, which we've laid out several of them, and I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool to get them kind of finished up. So we've got all that done. What was I gonna say? Oh, that was the other thing. I just kind of remembered, there is probably one animal I can think of. I won't put it in this exhibit, even though yes, they were herbivores, and I don't know if they lived in swamps. I want to say they live in swamps, for my own sake, because I think it'll look cool to build an exhibit with them like this. Excuse me, I need to drink more water, good grief. And actually this area is perfect for it. We could put the Gastornis over in this little area here. Because, again, and actually I was talking to one of my friends about this yesterday. At the end of the day, and this might not be some people's favorite thing for me to say, at the end of the day, although yes, I like building somewhat accurate exhibits, because, you know, it's cool. We don't really know exactly what the environments these creatures lived in looked like. I mean, we can have clues as to what it looked like, but we don't know for sure. So, you know, there's some guesswork that has to be done with anything like this. And two, I mean, at the end of the day, it's also Minecraft, and I can create whatever I want. So if I want to have an animal that didn't live in a swamp because I want to make an exhibit like that, I'm gonna make an exhibit like that. Like this. I mean, yes, I did a lot of reading and I was like, yep, no, Platybelodon probably didn't live in swamps. In fact, it probably lived in environments probably a bit more, still tropical, I think, but like just far more like a forest and a lot less like a swamp. But I'm still gonna build a swamp. Why? Because I want to, because I think it looks cool and I think it'll be fun to have. Because I also feel like I want to bring that kind of feeling over to the Parasaurs, which is actually something I've been thinking of here, which is I might actually cut this back a bit and create kind of like a little stream that kind of flows in here or something and kind of connects up to the river over there maybe. We'll see. I don't think it'll actually work, but I do feel like, especially if there's a river over on that side, right? If there's a river over on one side, it kind of makes sense that if there's lowlands right next to it, that those lowlands could be flooded, because, you know, that's kind of what happens. Especially with how I've built the terrain here, it's kind of like the Triceratops. If you have a hill sloping downwards and it rains, and let's say the soil isn't really good at irrigating, or like letting the water out, then, you know, it's gonna build up in this lake here, and if it's a super wet climate, this like pond and swamp is gonna kind of form over this area, and if there's lots of trees, it means you'll get like a good amount of peat moss growing in, and coal and stuff like that, and then you kind of end up with a somewhat carboniferous feel, which I think fits again really well having swamps over here because, or somewhat swampy-like areas, because once again, the carboniferous building, or our bug house, is literally right here, and, you know, if we quickly take a look at it, it has a very swampy, kind of jungly feel to it, a very overgrown look. Because, I mean, what, just hop in here. All the exhibits are overgrown, they've got lots of life in them, lots of trees. The Meganeer exhibit's kind of got multiple little ponds in it. And that's kind of what I want to bring over here. I do want, like, the higher up it is, to kind of just have a lot more of that kind of drier aspect to it. So, like, you know, everything probably from here up is going to be mostly dry. But then down towards, like, the lower lying areas, I want it to definitely have that much more swampy kind of feel. And actually, I'm just gonna kind of drag this out, because no surprise here, I feel. I'm gonna put a bit of like a cliff face over here, and actually, I guess I don't need as much dirt as I thought, because I kind of want just the entirety of this lower area to be swamp. And hopefully next episode will be finished, so next episode we can get the animals in. I'm trying to think though, like what I want to do here for, because I don't know how much farther over I want to go. In fact, I'm kind of thinking what we could do is kind of just, so the rock wall is going to start here. And if I kind of just do this, kind of pull the hill back. What could probably happen is we just kind of pull around the rock wall over around here, and then kind of like send it off in this direction, kind of meet it up towards the fence, build this area up so we've got a bit more of like a plateau happening that meets up with this mountain plateau. And then we'll kind of keep pushing forward this direction. I'm thinking actually, And yeah, actually, if we put a rock wall here, we could build some sort of building over in this area. Kind of like an entrance to more of like this mammalian area. And then as we go through like here, I'm thinking of building some sort of Jurassic Park like gate or something to lead you into the Ice Age Park. And then up here we'll have the beginnings of a couple of exhibits. I mean, I think this area looks super cool with these cliffs and stuff. I don't want to edit this terrain too much, actually. In fact, up here we'll probably just have like 1 or 2 paths going through, and then maybe it's like mammoths here, Megaloceros over here. We do need to put Megalania in. Ooh. I'll figure out where Megalania's gonna go. But like, part of me wants, I know I'm saying like, I want the raptor has to be the next big project, but I don't know when the next big project's gonna happen. In fact, part of me really just wants to take a small break from all the dinosaurs, because what is it? We did like 10 dinosaurs, and then we've done a bunch of like bugs and amphibians, and kind of gotten our like little bit of an aquatic feel going, and now I feel like it's time to get some mammals in. And part of me finds this really funny, and I don't know if it would really be funny to you guys, but to me it's funny because, well, usually what happens is, and you know what? Maybe we'll have the water come up to this level instead. I know that's 2 blocks above what I was like originally intending, but then we could have a lot more water in the base of this. And maybe we'll have like a small stream coming in from somewhere, coming down the hill. We'll see. I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of creative things I can do with this exhibit, and I really want to just kind of go crazy with it and see what we can come up with. But, oh, that's what I was gonna say, is that to me this seems kind of funny that I wanted to do this, because usually for me the mammals in this mod are a bit of an afterthought. I only really do the Ice Age stuff just kind of like to round off, you know, the series. It's like, oh, we got all the dinosaurs in, we'll just quickly spam some mammals into the park, and there we go. In fact, I think my season 5 world didn't even have any of the Ice Age animals in it. I think we literally just made a dinosaur park. Yeah, I don't think we had a single mammal in that world. Maybe we had a Elasmotherium at some point? No, that was the last park I did. The last park I did had a Elasmotherium in it. But yeah, in all honesty, I don't really think I put mammals into the season 5 world. And that's always kind of the thing. I don't usually put a lot of thought into my mammal exhibits. They kind of just get pushed to the side, and they aren't super well done compared to, like, you know, my dinosaur stuff. But I want that to change, and I really want to just give our mammal creatures a bit more of a shot to have really nice exhibits. Oh, that's another thing if we quickly run over here. I want the path, you can kind of see already because I've done this, but the path is going to lower down here and come to about this level and then head off around here. Maybe we'll put Gastornis in this little area right here. And then I think as we head farther back, I was thinking of doing like, you know, dinosaurs or something over here, but maybe Megalania, some other terror birds, the quaggas can go this direction. Something can go over here, and then we'll have like Megaloceros, Smilodon, what else? Megaloceros, Smilodon, the mammoth. Elasmotherium, I guess. Although yes, Elasmotherium's meant to live in a savanna. They're from northern Siberia. I'm sure I can put it in the snow. What else could we put up there? I don't know, I'll figure it out. Maybe we could just get some like basic Minecraft wolves and throw them up there. I know they're not like dire wolves, although dire wolves I believe are coming at some point, so that's cool. So we could get dire wolves up there eventually. But yeah, like, I feel like there's a lot of fun stuff I want to do with an Ice Age park this time. Also, I think one of our Arthropleurus died, so we might have to hatch a new one at some point. But other than that, head over here. This is already starting to look really cool, I think. I think it's gonna look super cool once there's like actually like water in it and we get the foliage in. I don't even know what episode this is. What episode is this? I think it's 46. Ah, the hiccups. Very professional YouTuber, just checking. Yep, episode 46. Ah, hiccups. But episode 47, 48, 49. So we have about 3 episodes left after this one before the world download happens. So I think between now and next episode, I'm just gonna try and finish this exhibit off. for the most part, which means this is probably like the last episode. Well, this means this is gonna be the last episode where you guys see me build it, which is a bit sad, I think. But to be honest, I kind of think it'll be cool if we can kind of just finish the whole thing off, get it out there and ready, and then, you know, episode 48 we can go work on some other stuff, probably fixing the Therizinosaurus. Then after that, probably planting some more stuff around, refilling a few exhibits, and bada bing bada boom, we'll be ready for episode 50. Wow, it's crazy to me that the world download's actually gonna happen soon. Just seems a bit weird. Now part of me is thinking we should just put the water up to this level, but no. I mean, I want it to have water in it, but probably not too much water at the end of the day. And maybe we'll just stick like a big lake down in the middle instead of at that level. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what I end up doing. But actually I want to teleport to the lab real quick. I just want to see something. I don't know how many Platybelodon, oh gosh. I don't know how many Platybelodon we have. Do we have? I'm pretty sure we have DNA for it. I just don't know how much. Do we have any like embryos done? I don't even know if I've bothered analyzing any embryos or stuff yet. Oh, we have. Okay, we have 2 Platybelodon embryos. Wow. We have a lot of stuff. When did I must have done this months ago because I really don't remember it. What's in this one? All of our flyers. Okay. Also someone oh, we'll go check how many Platybelodon we have. 15. Okay, yeah, we definitely have enough. Okay, so I'll probably cultivate some of those up, get some cows into the exhibit, and then we'll be ready for our next episode. But it was funny to me. Someone was like, oh, when the paleontology and archaeology updates hit, you might have to restart your world. I'm like, nope, no. I would rather spend a week fixing the world for the next update than have to restart, because at this point, like I've said before, this is the last time I'm doing Dino, so if I have to restart the world, we're just ending the series at that point, because, well, I don't know, I don't really feel like restarting at this point, because although yes, this park has its problems, I think it's also turning in very quickly turning into the favorite zoo I've ever made for this kind of series. I'm really, really, really enjoying it. I don't know, I'm trying to think, based off the Platybelodon's exhibit size, which one, I just kind of want to run through these. The Triceratops exhibit I think might need to be a bit bigger, but I could easily expand that. This exhibit, I don't know, it sounds weird to me, but I feel like this exhibit is big enough for the most part. Because we only have 2 and they're actually not that big. Although, should push come to shove, we could move them out, get them a new exhibit, and either just have this be an empty thing, making it more of like a, what is it, a like terrain piece, or we could, I don't know, throw the Pachycephalosaurs in here and put a garden where their exhibit is. The Brachiosaurus exhibit's plenty big, I think. I mean, it's massive compared to the Platybelodon one, I think. I mean, because it dwarfs the Triceratops exhibit. But yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this. Oh, and plus, if we ever needed more space for the Brachiosaurs, we could literally just give them this too. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. And yeah, next episode, hopefully we're gonna just get through, add the Platybelodons in, and then finish up some of the last stuff in the next 2, and we'll have the world download. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And until next time, guys, see ya.